here's one of my new favorite things when I remember to use it is a property type in Notion called button. There are lots of ways to use this. This current way I'm about to create is something I'm actually about to start using to simplify when I want to set a status as published. So I use this main asset bank for a lot of different views and different reasons. So I have a couple different things that need changing when something is published. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here and I'm going to click button. Then I'm going to edit the automation. And this is a super easy setup they've created. So when the button is clicked, you want it to do what? So I'm going to click new action. And it does give you all kinds of neat options, but I'm going to use my properties. So I'm going to click edit property. It's going to show you all the properties you have set up right now. So some of the ones I have is it live now? And so when the button is clicked, I want it to check the is it live now. Then I'm going to add another action. Edit property again. And then I'm going to come down to status. I'm going to take it down here and put published. So when I click this button, it's going to check the is it live now? Yes. Is it published? Okay, it's going to make it published. It's going to say it's live. Then you can look through and see if there's anything else you would like it to change. And make sure there's done. We're going to check it. And then, let's see, there's one more in here. If you want to know what the purposes of all these other ones are, because they seem redundant, there's an explanation for it. I have multiple versions of things in here, all based off of the same. You can split it into multiple different databases if you want, but this is just my current structure that I have set up for this current moment. And this particular created or not created, that's for a content creation planner thing I've got going on. So this will just check that, yes, this training that I created has been created. So when this button's clicked, it's going to automatically check off, is it live now? It's going to move the status to published. It's going to check the done, and it's going to check the created. I'm going to click save. Then I'm going to rename my button to published. And then that's it. Bada boom, bada bing. Now when I select this, it's going to change all those properties. I'm also going to make this visible so it always shows. So when I hide all of these, it shows right here. So you can see right now it's set as status as the idea. Is it live now? Let me uncheck that real quick. Oh, there's one more thing I'm going to add. Let's go to edit automation. Something else that you may or may not want to do. I'm going to do this because I like it showing up on my content calendar. Where are we? I'm just going to type it in. It's going to be last published. So this is a really neat option. There's a time trigger and then a date trigger, or you could pick a specific day to do some kind of formula. I'm going to click date triggered, and it means the date that this automation was triggered. So when I click this, what it's going to do is, let's click save. When I hit published right now, this is going to pick this day. Today's date is the day it was published. If you want to use that for something else, and that's something to think about. If you know you always schedule something out a month in advance and you want to keep track of when that would be published, you could make the formula say, the custom formula say when this button's clicked, let this date be a week out or something, right? So then you don't have to try to remember when you scheduled it out for. So I'm going to hit published, and then boom, boom, bing, look at that. It changed it automatically. It checked this off, and it checked all those other things off. So, woohoo! I'm actually going to hide this now because I don't need to see these anymore because they will automatically get filled every time now, which is really great. So just something really neat, something you can use, and there's so many neat things to use it for. That's just one example. Another really quick example I can give you is when you go to check things off. So let's say you have a task, maybe this is a to do list. You only want the stuff that needs doing available. So you would create a check property, like a checkbox property. And then you'll go into filter and you'll say, hey, only show me, use this as an example, only show me things that are unchecked. So it's only going to show me the stuff that's been unchecked. Now notice this video is not showing up over here. But if I go down here, where are you? Where's the created? It's down here somewhere. There it is. It'll show back up, which is nice. Somewhere around here. So when I unclick created, it shows up. But once it's selected, it disappears, which is really nice. And so another way you would be able to use this button would be doing something like this. I have it for some of my to-do lists where I'll just label this done, and I can have it set up in a similar way where it will automatically check off the done box. It'll also change the status to done, and it could, you can do different things like that. You can make it where it automatically changes the status to done. It automatically puts the date that you finished it on, and then you can do the filter where it says hide everything that's the status is done. And that way, once this has happened, it takes it off, and you don't have a cluttered list of things. You can also have it change from list to list. There's a lot of good things you can use here. For example, right now I have this particular layout by type, right? So like type, course, YouTube, whatever. Well, what you could set up a button for, like let's say you wanted this set up by status. So this said to do, doing, and then done. What you are able to do is you can create a button that says change the status to this. So just like with the done button, let's say this said done and the video was over here. Well, when I click this done button, I have it set up to take it from here to here. So instead of having to regularly like check it off done and then move it over here, you just press a button and it'll take it and move it wherever you want. So there's a lot of really cool things that you can do with this. You can send out emails automatically. There's a lot of cool, unique things you can use this button for. But that is just something I was in the middle of doing and thought, you know what, this is something really cool that I can teach them real quick. That that I think is a really neat option in here for free inside Notion.